Hey everybody, and welcome to the next episode of Cyber Caffeine Chats, where we're taking a complex topic and breaking it down into smaller, easy to understand chunks. Well, as you might have noticed, here we are at the famous Bondi Beach in Sydney, Australia, and the even more famous surf fan of my friend Leo over here. Well, we're going to go and check out the waves over here. Is it good conditions today, Leo?
Oh, it's alright, but we'll have a good time.
Alright, let's go and check it out. See you in a minute. Well, that was very enjoyable, but evidently, as you can see, I haven't done much training in surfing for many years. Leo, on the other hand, has been diligently coming here every day, honing his craft, and it's just the same in cybersecurity. If you put the effort in, if you've been more proactive, then you can build your resilience up so that you're ready for attacks when they do happen. All right, well, Leo, should we go and have a coffee, mate?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Well, hello, Mr. Leo Corso. Welcome to Cyber Caffeine Chats.
Hi, Phil. Thanks for having me today. It's great to be here.
Absolutely, mate. My pleasure. Great to have you on the show. Now, can I ask you what's a fun fact about yourself? And you can't say that you're a pro surfer because we already know that, mate.
I wish I was. A fun fact is I'm a music lover and I have a gigantic vinyl record collection, which takes a lot of space in my flat. Yeah. And it's really hard when you're moving, carrying almost 500, 600 records around. So it can be quite tricky, but it's my passion, so I love it.
Oh, fantastic, mate. Love it. So look, reminder for the audience, we're talking about a concept called CSMA, or Cybersecurity Mesh Architecture. So it was a term that was coined by Gartner. And in this series, we've been digging into different areas or different components of this. But today we're doing a wrap up, so this is the final episode of this series.
Yep.
I just want to do a bit of a summary around what we've been talking about with this concept. So first off, Leo, like, why is this worth our time? Why is it important?
Yeah, it's a very hot topic and we're hearing a lot at the moment. The reason why it's so important is because the traditional way of looking after security, there was all these tools across the network and environment, making life much difficult for SOC analysts, right? Yeah. They had to check all this different information from different places, nothing integrated, everything is a silo, so it makes life very, very hard. Yeah. So that's why it's important to have everything centralized in a single platform where all the information connects to this main place and becomes the real source of truth, making IT teams, security teams much, much easier.
Perfect, fantastic. And I guess you mentioned SOC teams before, like specifically for security teams. Is there something that they could be leveraging this approach to make their lives easier around, I guess, XDR, right?
Yeah, correct. So the XDR is how everything began as far as platforms goes, right? It started with the EDR, and then it just started evolving more, where IT teams needed the information not only from the EDR, but from everywhere else, right? Email, network, and so on. Yeah. So again, it's really important to have all this information consolidated because they can all link together when you're investigating an attack.
It's going to speed up mean time to detection, mean time to response, and just overall better outcome, basically. Yeah. And look, I guess it's good to have these tools in place to, react and respond when something bad does happen. But at the same time, is there more of a proactive approach that we can complement this with?
Oh yeah. A good way to be more proactive is make utilization of attack surface management, which is a must in today's world in security, and also when utilizing a platform. Attack surface risk management will really highlight all the problems and the risks that you might have across the network and your environment. So helping you really to be a lot more proactive rather than just reactive.
And I guess that feeds in with zero trust as well, right? Or zero
Correct.
trust secure access, because if we can understand risks of devices, users, applications, if we've got all the threat intel in that same data lake, it allows us to make better decisions on, hey, should I grant user X access to application Y? Is that a good decision? How can we adjust this dynamically? They all sort of feed nicely into each other, right?
Yeah.
Now, I guess we need to talk about AI as well. AI has been really gathering steam and growing in interests this last year. Can you talk there about like how this would factor into this concept? Like, so maybe first of all, if we're looking at security for AI itself.
Yeah. So it's really important talking about that, because AI really came to help us to do faster and more things, but also organizations, they want to make sure that yes, their users are utilizing AI technology for the best of the organization, but also how you're going to secure, how we're going to make sure that what end users are doing are not going to put the organization in risk. Making sure that the data that they're using is not uploaded to a public AI that could be widely public available. So it's really important to have tools like Zero Trust that will ensure that it was not going to be some data leak or sensible information going out there.
Protecting the users, protecting the data, the information. I guess conversely, we've also got AI for security. So AI comes with all these great benefits and use cases. Again, why not use that for our security teams and plug that into our security tools so that they can be more efficient? And again, the goal is to make their lives easier, right? That's what we're working towards.
That's right.
Yeah.
And Phil, how will all of that look like in Vision One?
Yeah, glad you asked, Leo. And I think one of the reasons I wanted to make this whole series was to show how what we've been building at Trend with what we call Vision One aligns to this concept of CSMA. So with that, let's take a deeper look at some of those concepts. Okay, so the first thing we talked about as part of the CSMA concept is all the different components across various attack surfaces. So that may be endpoints, that may be across your email. We may be talking about controls related to the web, visibility into the network, cloud, that may be, from a SaaS perspective or public cloud. And also things like identity, which is sort of becoming the new perimeter. So again, you might have controls and components in all these different areas, and really just having the ability to add a layer of protection across this, stopping the threats from coming in. What it then comes down to is being able to bring all this different telemetry into a central data lake. So if we've got sensors, if we've got components across all these areas, and bringing all those insights within there. Now, of course, we spoke about the fact that you're never going to have necessarily one vendor in the environment. You're always going to have multiple vendors. Even if you're taking a consolidation strategy, you're going to have a few different people that you need to integrate with. So it's important that we can also pull third-party logs, third-party insights into this same data lake. And what we really get out of this is what we were talking about around extended detection and response, where once we've got this all in one place, we're able to run detections on this. We're able to correlate data together across these attack surfaces and also automate. So if we want to automate the analysis for response, we can do that very easily using this XDR technology. What we're then looking at as a next level is what we'll call risk management. So again, another way that we can pull insights from the various trend sensors across Vision One, or even from third-party sources as well. Now, the difference here is XDR is a very reactive set of tools. So we've had a threat and we're responding to it, we're jumping on top of it. But risk management is all about being proactive. So let's get across our risks, get across our exposure, so that we can reduce that risk before we actually have an attack. Let's reduce the risk of an attack actually happening. The way that we address this is around what we call attack surface risk management. So this really allows you a lot of visibility across your attack surface, allows you to see where is your actual exposure. It allows you to focus your time and look at the activities that are going to have the biggest impact on reducing your risk. The final component that we touched on is around zero trust, and being able to build up a set of access controls and policies to enable the correct users access to the correct applications, be that internal, external, private apps, SaaS apps, internet apps, whatever it may be. And again, the way we're able to do this better is by ensuring all of these things work together to complement each other, to augment each other. If we improve our zero trust strategy, it's going to reduce the chance of getting attacked. If we understand attacks, that's going to feed into risk management. If we've got a good way of managing risk, that's going to make our zero trust policies more dynamic. So all this together, working together, is really going to improve not only user experience, but also simplicity. And overall, we're going to be reducing risk as well as cost by reducing capital expenditure on all different components within the ecosystem, but also operational cost. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed that, everybody. That was useful for you.
And I'll see you guys in the next episode of
Cyber Caffeine Chats.
Woo! Cheers. Cheers.